Hey everyone, so I'm doing my case study presentation on the Neo na Menos movement, which translates to not one woman less. And I decided to do it on this because my parents are from Argentina and the Argentinian news is always on at my house. So I've always heard about it like in the background and especially like a lot of critiques about it, but I've always wanted to like look into it further. So this is my presentation. So, the Ni Una Menos movement, translated to Not One Woman Less in English, is a feminist movement that started in Argentina and spread to several Latin American countries. The movement was started in response to a femicide of a 14-year-old pregnant young woman, Chiara Paez, who was murdered by her partner. The day her body was found, Marcela Ojeda, a radio journalist, tweeted, "They are killing us. Aren't we going to do anything?" In response, Argentine female journalists, intellectuals, and activists organized protests and started using the hashtag Ni Una Menos. The movement campaigns against gender-based violence and femicide, which is a growing issue in Argentina and many other Latin American countries. They have also included economic security and abortion access into their feminist fight. So this photo says, "Nunca tendrán la comodidad de nuestro silencio otra vez." And this means they will never have the comfort of our silence again. And I found it under the Ni Una Menos hashtag on Twitter. So for my research approach, in my case study of Ni Una Menos, I will be analyzing the ways in which Ni Una Menos movement uses digital media and hashtags as a part of its advocacy efforts. When searching Ni Una Menos on Twitter, I found a verified page for the movement, but it has not been active since 2018, and the link to a Ni Una Menos website in their biography was not active. So this is a screenshot of the Ni Una Menos verified Twitter page. And I found when I first saw it, I thought it was weird because they haven't been active since 2018. And, of course, there's still feminist fight and protests to be done. So I thought that was weird. I didn't know really what to think of it. So I kept going and I kept researching. So I continued my search and found an Instagram with a working link in the bio to a website as well as a corresponding Twitter page, which were both active. So this is a screenshot of the Instagram page, which it's not verified, but it has a lot of like information on um, protests and resources and stuff. And it had a link to this Twitter page and a link to website. So for my findings, on the Ni Una Menos active Twitter and Instagram page, information on dates, times, and locations of upcoming protests and seminars is shared. There is also educational tweets and posts on what the movement is fighting for, such as the legalization of abortion and resources for women who are facing domestic abuse. The hashtag Ni Una Menos on Twitter and Instagram is filled with photos from protests and feminist discourse from across the world. And the niunamenos.org website has information on what the movement is all about, Ni Una Menos tools, manifestos, future assemblies, and resources. So this is a screenshot of the website. And then this photo says, "Se lo debemos a las pibas que nunca volvieron," which means we owe it to the women who never returned. And I found this on the under the Ni Una Menos Instagram hashtag. So for my analysis, I looked at the Black Lives Matter is Killing It on Twitter article by Brandon Patterson. And a quote that stood out to me was, "Tweet early and often." That's one takeaway from a new study showing that hashtag activism online can have real world consequences. The study from the Center of Media and Social Impact at American University found that Black Lives Matter activists and their supporters have managed to drive the national debate on policing, in part because they tweet about it more often and with wider reach than mainstream news outlets or the conservative Twitter users who push a counter narrative. So this highlights the importance of a consistent and reliable Twitter platform for social media activism like the Ni Una Menos movement. Having a strong social media presence can expand the movement to more people all over the world and create an even stronger support system of feminists and allies. In the article "Me Too and the Promise of Pitfalls of the Promise and Pitfalls of Challenging Rape Culture Through Digital Feminist Activism," Caitlin Mendez et al. Write, Twitter and online platforms were viewed by many participants as safer and easier spaces for engaging in feminist activism than offline places such as the street, workplaces, schools, and among family and friends. This was particularly true for teenagers who found that practicing feminism offline at school was extremely difficult to navigate. So in a culture filled with machismo, which I could best translate it to as toxic masculinity, feminist movements like Ni Una Menos face a lot of negative backlash from society and media outlets, which I always saw in the news that my parents watch, that I always hear in the background. They're always quick to criticize feminist movements because I think of the culture of machismo in Argentina, and that is why a strong Twitter platform is important for this movement, because it creates a safe place for young women to share their views and experiences and gain more knowledge on feminist discourse, or even resources that they may not be receiving in school through their peers or within their families. So for my conclusion, the Ni Una Menos movement is empowering Argentine and other Latinx women who are victims of machismo culture and ideals. Although the movement is present on social media where they share important information on current events, femicide, resources, and upcoming protests, the movement lacks social media organization, which can become confusing and leads potential supporters to question their reliability. And I think the first step to establishing credibility on social media is to confirm which of their Twitter pages pertains to the official Ni Una Menos movement and work on getting that page verified, and then delete any previously used pages to avoid confusion and really establish their movement. The Ni Una Menos movement is crucial to feminist activism and has the potential of globalizing their fight with a bit more organization and consistency. And then this is my resources. And that's it. Thanks, everyone.